wherever you may be listening from. This is yet another episode of an interview with MBN, and my guest today is a young professional. He happens to be my nephew. He is in the legal practice, and I love him so much, but I find him quite mature. He's more mature than his age, and I would want him to shed some light that probably can help us parents to understand our children better, or even other young persons listening to a young professional. Maybe they're going to learn a thing or two. So welcome. This is your host, Joyce Murigi, all the way from Nairobi, Kenya. And this is MBN, Mamlakak Broadcast Network, bringing you live interview with Leone Ndekei. Welcome, Leon.
Thank you, Joyce.
Yes, we can begin our interview. I have quite a number of questions that I have prepared for you, and I hope that you're going to be up to the task.
I'll do my best.
Okay, good. You are a young professional in legal practice.
Yeah.
How did this journey begin?
I think for me, it's been a dream to become an advocate since I was in Form 2.
Yes.
So at around Form 2, I started really getting into literature, and I wanted to do a course that would involve me, a lot, and that would force me to read and just be stuck in my mind and forced to learn new things.
Yes.
So I decided to do law. I think it helps that my mom is also an advocate, so that perhaps also pushed me in that direction.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So you now find yourself in campus. How was life like?
I can say I really enjoyed my campus experience.
Yeah.
I did get to interact with a lot of people from different backgrounds because I was in a public university. I was at University of Nairobi. I did get to travel even during campus, and so I can say my campus experience was nice. But I wish I didn't spend as much time in the library as I did.
What would you wish to have done better?
I think looking back, I think the campus experience is about learning in class, but it's also getting social skills, learning how to interact with other people. And if I was to have a regret, it would be that.
Yes.
I wish I spent more time interacting with other people and learning those social skills as opposed to just being stuck in the library.
Wow.
But I guess that's what has got me to where I am now.
Oh, good. That is quite a good tip, maybe for the ones that are in college today or in the university. Yeah. They don't just need to spend their time in books. They also need to socialize and get to know other people around them, because human beings are such a resource. Yeah. But here you are, you're making friends, and I know that your social life is quite rich.
Yeah.
Did you at any point feel like changing courses?
Not because of the course. I think I quite enjoyed university. I really enjoyed learning, but I did want to change my course, I think at around second year.
Okay.
When we got these letters from HELP that I was called to do economics. So I thought about maybe changing and go do economics only because it would be cheaper, but not really because of the course.
So it was some economics, involved, like money.
Yeah. So
okay, it was all about money.
Yes, I thought it would be a less burden.
To your
but
parents.
I talked to my people and they said that you can't do that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, that's support from your parents. Yeah. Okay, that's good. What advice can you give a young person struggling to make his choice on the best course that will lead him to a purpose or to his purpose?
I think my advice would be to be patient with yourself and just to think about what you like doing and try to find a course that would be aligned with what you like doing. But my biggest thing would be to be patient with yourself. In hindsight, I don't think it's really bad for maybe a young person to take maybe a gap year to figure out what you want to do. It's not the worst thing in the world. So I would say just be patient with yourself and let it come to you.
Okay. Yeah. Wow, that's good. Do you think legal practice is tied to your purpose? What is your purpose? And if so, what is your purpose?
100%. I really enjoy the law. I really enjoy the practice of the law. I don't actually think I would be good at anything else. So I think it's really tied into my purpose. And for me, what I think my purpose is to just use the law to help people.
Uh-huh.
I really feel a sense of satisfaction when I'm involved in a case or in a transaction where I'm able to achieve a result that our client wants.
Yes.
And that's what I think my purpose is.
Okay. Do you actually, because I know you are also a Christian, you believe in God. So do you think that is in the alignment of God's will for your life or for your purpose?
I think that can change, but as of now, that's where my calling seems to be.
Okay.
I've not seen any signs from God that I should be doing something else.
Yes.
So I think for now that's my purpose. But I'm open to change. He can take you in different directions.
In different directions, and maybe he's just giving you that platform of law to prepare you for a better field or a bigger field. So probably right now you're doing your practice, but it might also be what he has created you to become. So I am sure that growth is going to take you to the right direction. You're going to grow, whether in that profession or whether he's preparing you for another ground related to a legal practice or even something else different. Yeah. Okay. So are you employed or practicing? And what challenges are you facing in your current position?
For me, yes, I'm currently employed. I work at Denton's, Hamilton, Harrison, and Matthews. I'm an associate there. So as an admitted advocate, I'm actually practicing now law under the firm. So I'm employed there. And what challenges do I face? I think as a young professional, I have the same challenges that all young professionals have, and that's just getting the trust of people in your skills. I think the older you get, and when you get gray hair and when you're established in the profession, more people trust you. Not necessarily because you're better, but there's a lot of distrust of youth. So that's something that you have to overcome. I think as a young person, when you walk into a room, people don't automatically assume that you're competent. You have to prove it to them.
Yes.
But when you're older, there's almost like an automatic assumption that you'd be competent. So you have to overcome that.
So are you telling me sometimes clients walk into the office and they want to see the legal practitioner in that office, and when you appear, they are doubting you?
Yes, I would say not that they're doubting you, but I would say you have to prove yourself a lot more.
Okay.
So you have to really go an extra mile. And you also see that a lot in court, where you have to really work harder as a young advocate, as opposed to someone who is a bit older and established in the field.
Yes.
You have to make sure if you're going to win them in a case, you have to make sure you're twice as better.
Wow. So you work twice as hard.
Yeah, as a young person, you really have that hurdle to overcome.
Okay. All right. As a young professional, how do you balance your busy life? Assuming that you are dating or you have intentions to, how do you balance this with your career?
I'm currently dating, actually, and it helps that the person who I'm dating is also an advocate. So she understands.
Okay.
So she understands. We can have conversations about work. She can follow.
Yes.
And we can support each other and grow together because we are going through the same experiences.
Yes.
And in terms of how do I balance, I just really try not to take my work home with me.
Okay.
I think when I leave the door, I try to leave my problems for the office at the door.
Okay.
So that's what helps.
Do you have the same goals with your girlfriend?
No, I think we're very different in terms of what you want to do.
Yes.
I'm more of a court lawyer, so I want to be in court. My perfect day would be spending the whole time in court arguing.
Yes.
But for her, she's more corporate and she's more in-house, so she likes to do more advisory work. So I would say, in terms of our purposes, we both want to be successful in the legal field, but how we go about it is very different.
Okay. Yeah. All right. COVID-19 has affected all of us. No one has been spared. What lessons have you learned from COVID-19? Number one, as a young man. Secondly, as a professional. And if the two are connected, please feel free to answer the question jointly.
I think for me, COVID-19, like for most people, it has, during that, especially during the initial months, we were working from home. So I had a lot more time to myself.
Yeah.
And just to think about the direction I'm going with my life and what I want to do with my life. So I would say for me, it was a positive thing.
Okay.
It was really positive because I had more time to actually think.
Yes.
So in terms of its impact on me, I would say it has been positive, but obviously the impact on my field, my profession, and the business has been detrimental. But I would say when we came out of that period and we started going back to the office and working as normal, I would say I came back clearer.
Okay. Yeah. Wow, that's good. So you have a clear perception of everything. you are now able to focus, and you have lessons learned during COVID-19, which you're bringing them to your future, to your present, and you are sure that they are going to help you in your future.
Yes, definitely. I think it was a good rest and good time to just think. You don't really appreciate how little time you have to actually think about things when you're going through the day-to-day things about life. But when you have time when time is almost stopped or paused, you really think about things, and it can sharpen and clear
and prioritize things.
Exactly.
Okay, very well said. What are your aspirations or dreams?
Yeah. For me, my biggest dream is I want to be the Attorney General of this country.
Hallelujah.
So I hope in a few years, when I'm qualified for that position, I'll definitely apply.
Oh my
That's
goodness,
what I actually want to do. Yeah.
Wow. May you receive that when that time comes.
Amen.
Wow. My viewers, my listeners, everyone who is watching, this is a young man who has big dreams. He wants to be the Attorney General of Kenya. This is so good. I am, so honored to sit next to Attorney General to be. And he has all my blessings. He has everything that I can probably give him, guidance and probably even words of wisdom or even counsel. Wow, I'm impressed. Where do you want to be, or where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, and how do you intend to do it?
In the next 5 years, I hope to have established myself in the profession and be a name that can be recognized in certain fields, my areas of interest. So I hope in that time I would have established myself in that way. And what am I doing towards that? I think it's a day-to-day thing.
Yes.
So the first thing is I try to do quality work. So every day I try to ensure that my work yesterday was better than the work I did today. And also just trying to put myself in situations where I'm forced to grow.
Yes.
And that's what I'm doing so that I can move towards that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Situations or positions where you can grow. What do you mean?
I think for me, a lot of growing up is overcoming your fears. So, for example, I think we were discussing earlier, I have a bit of stage fright.
Yes.
So, because I have a bit of stage fright and I don't like talking in front of people, I force myself to be in situations where I have to overcome that fear. I want to be the Attorney General of the Republic of Kenya.
Exactly.
I have to be speaking in court.
Yes.
So, even if I have that stage fright,
yes,
I decided to become a court lawyer because it's what I need to do. It's the skills that I need to get so I can so that I can become the person that I want to be. So I have to speak in court, I have to speak to clients, I have to discuss legal issues with my colleagues.
Yeah.
And just forcing yourself constantly to overcome yourself.
Yes.
I think there's a school, I think Starehe, whose motto is Jishinde Ushinde.
Yes.
So overcoming your fears.
So that you can win.
Exactly.
That's what it means.
Yeah.
Jishinde Ushinde. Overcome your fears so that you can win.
Yeah.
That is it's like a slogan or a statement in Swahili in one of the schools that we have here in Nairobi, Kenya. Wow. When I was talking yesterday about overcoming, or rather fear, and I talked about what that type of fear, which is we call stage fright. I said that it stops you from being yourself and from growth, because it also stops you from being used by God, because such a platform where you would go and represent the church. When you become the Attorney General, you are going to take that entire place to become what we would call kingdom representation, because you'll be representing God there. So, and I know the devil would want to even play around with that and stop you, because God is going to use you, and he's going to use you in big ways to bring the truth in this, this world and this nation, and in that place. So you're going to represent the kingdom of God in the Attorney General chambers and in the law or legal practice in Nairobi, in Kenya. So I am sure that God has big things for you, and keep soaring. And we are going to pray for you. We are going to support you in any way God leads us to. What do you do to unwind? Or did I ask that? What do you do to unwind? when you are fatigued, when you're tired.
Yeah.
Yes.
When I was younger, I used to play a lot of sports.
Yes.
But I don't anymore, unfortunately. So what I do to unwind, I read books
Yes.
that have nothing to do with the law.
Yeah.
And I think I watch movies and I hang out with my girlfriend. Yeah.
Okay. That's unwinding in a proper way.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Was studying law your decision or your parents?
I think funny enough, like I said in the beginning, my mom's an advocate, but she actually didn't try to push me to do law.
Yeah.
She didn't really have any impact in my decision, apart from me just knowing what it entails.
Okay.
So for me, I would say that although we do have advocates in our family,
Yes.
my mother is an advocate,
yes.
I can't say that she really made me do law. I think I decided to do law because I just thought it's something that I would be good at, thinking about what I enjoyed doing, which
yes.
was literature.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of law, and I learn this every day in practice, is a lot of what I do, which is dispute work, is storytelling.
Yeah.
So telling compelling stories and try to convince a judge that this is the story that
yes.
that is the correct one.
Yes.
So I think for me, it was completely my decision.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good to hear. The best advice you have ever been given by someone?
Yeah.
And what advice would you give the young, undecided, or confused? And would this be your parting shot? Although I know we have a few other questions.
I think the best advice I think I've been given is, I think it's a quote by Nelson Mandela.
Yes.
I'm sure I'm going to butcher it, but it's something to the effect that there's no nobility in dimming your light so that other people can feel comfortable. And I think,
beautiful. Say it again and say it louder.
So the quote goes something like, there's no nobility in dimming your light so that other people can feel comfortable. And I think as a young professional,
so powerful.
As a young professional, we're always in those situations where you tend to feel small.
Yes.
You tend to feel like the opportunity or the task ahead of you is too big for you.
Yes.
And even if you know you can do it, it's because the other people around you, perhaps and this happens to me all the time. I'm in a room with senior lawyers and I have an opinion about something that's contrary to what they say. And you think, oh, maybe I shouldn't say this because they'll feel uncomfortable or they'll feel some type of way about it. I think that quote just reminds me that I'm actually not doing anybody any favors, including myself.
Wow. Yeah. Powerfully said. Simply say that, do not dim your light so that others can feel comfortable. Yeah. Wow, that is so good. Do you have any wins?
Yeah, I think I have quite a few. I have some wins. I think even becoming an advocate, even getting admitted to the bar. For those who don't know, in Kenya, to be admitted to the bar, you have to finish law school. That's 4 years.
Yes.
And after 4 years, you have to go back to school for 1 year. That's a postgraduate diploma. Then you have to do work experience for 6 months.
Yes.
Then you have to wait probably another 6 months to a year to get admitted to the Kenyan bar. So even for me, I keep on saying that the day I was admitted to the bar is the happiest day of my life, because I just feel like I put my mind on a goal. Yes. And I worked through it and I achieved it. And I really like things like that. So that for me would be my biggest win. That I stuck to it for all those years.
Yes, yes. And do you have any regrets?
Like I said in the beginning, I wish when I was in school, especially in law school, that's in my undergrad, that I spent more time networking with people and speaking to people and not in the library. And it's almost like a catch-22 situation, because the reasons I've been able to have the opportunities that I had is because I did well in school.
Yes.
But you have to, the more I'm in the profession and the more I practice, the more I start to figure that a lot of your success is determined by your relationships with people. Yes. And people who are able to build good relationships with other people are going to be successful. So that's a muscle that I wish I practiced more. Yeah. I trained more when I was in campus, but it's never too late. I'm training now.
Okay. Yeah. I'll tell you one thing. When Jesus was here on earth, he associated himself with people and he built people. He did his mission with people and through people. So we are also encouraged as kingdom ambassadors or kingdom citizens to live such lives. So, and God also works through networks.
Yeah.
He uses people. So
Exactly.
relationships are very, very, very important.
Exactly.
Do you have any parting shot? Because that has been a very rich interview with a young professional who is aspiring to be a big, big person in this land of Kenya, in Africa. Any parting shot before we finish?
If I was to give advice to young people, I'll just say you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So don't be scared to take risks and don't be scared to fail. Because the more you fail, it means it's just probabilities. Your win is coming. But if you don't try, you're never going to win at anything. So don't be scared to take risks. Don't be scared to fail.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Leon. I can't thank you, enough for finding time to come to MBN and sharing with us your, life experiences, your profession, and how you, became even a lawyer or a legal practitioner, how you came to be, how you made your decisions or your choices.
Yeah.
And we are so honored to have you, and we will sure look for you in the future to even give us much more than you have given us today. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, viewers. We must tell you now, we must love you and leave you. I'm giving you a Queen's salute. I don't think you can see me properly. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. This has been MBN Live interview with a young lawyer. We call them legal practitioners, Mr. Leone Ndekei Carrier. Thank you so much, and we hope to see you in yet another episode of the same or another video being released by our production office or another 10-minute plug-in. Thank you. God bless you. I love you. I mean it. May He keep you. May He be good to you. Thank you so much. God bless.